Morning, guys. Welcome to Vlogantine Day 4. So today's Monday morning and I'm getting ready to go to work. So just kind of want to do a quick outfit of the day and just kind of show you what I got going on. So I do recycle clothes. I just want to confess that. I want to confess that I do recycle clothes. So you may see some familiar things from my Vlogantine yesterday. Don't be alarmed. They are clean. So we don't need that to, be a concern of yours. But yeah, sorry if the camera's down again. But yeah, I slept on my hair again. So it always comes out looking a little different every day. I just try to fluff out the back so it's not flat. But of course I can't see the back and I don't have one of those mirrors where I can look at the back. So I just have to trust and believe that the back of my head is not flat. And I just kind of put my fingers through to kind of fluff. So but yeah, I'm waiting on some hair products to come in and then before I really do anything else to my hair right now. So that's what I'm waiting for. They should come today or tomorrow. But anyway, let me get a little bit closer, y'all. So yeah, here's my hair and still old twist out, still slept on, and I haven't done anything else to it. I've just got this shirt here, and this is actually like a cold shoulder shirt. Y'all, again, it's supposed to be in the 70s today, so I'm really super excited about that. So I just have like this pink blush kind of shirt on today, and I've got this belt that I did wear yesterday, and then I also have my white pants, and again, my white shoes. Oh gosh, it's so hard when I hold camera in another hand. But yeah, I just wanted to show you guys my completed look. So yeah, I have my Louis Vuitton Logomania rainbow scarf per usual. I probably won't need this later on once it heats up, but I just have it for now. And then I also have my Louis Vuitton Palm Springs mini with the Louis Vuitton Opry Bandeau in the color rose over it. I did show this yesterday. And then I have my Lindy's bag charm kind of hanging off, which is really actually, again, a bracelet that I fixed up to be a bag charm essentially for this bag. And then I have my, oh my gosh, Lotteray. Yeah, Lotteray bag charm here as well. But yeah, I'm just going to check my computer for a few things, and then I'm probably going to go ahead, pick up some breakfast, and then head to work. So we'll see. But yeah, I will talk to you guys soon. Hey guys, I'm back. Let me get in my car. Woo, Jesus. So just kind of finished up with work, and now about to head home. I'm sorry if I'm looking a little ratchet, but yeah, so today was a good work day. Like I managed to get out pretty early. Didn't have sorry, y'all. I'm not holding the camera correctly. But yeah, I didn't have a whole lot of delays and I was able to kind of get out and come back pretty quickly. This is like typically the record for me because it's about like 3 o'clock now. So I just finished up. So I'm about to head back home and do some documenting as we social workers do. So that's kind of what I'm doing now. So yeah, like I just had to do a few visits today and all went well. So I just tomorrow probably gonna do some more following up with my clients. So and we'll see. Well, hopefully everything will get finished and done. And it's been a great day. So when I get home, I'll probably go ahead and do my featurette of the day. I still haven't quite decided, but it'll come to me by the time I get home. So after my day of driving and doing visits and then coming back home, I decided I would have my featurette be what I've talked to you guys about a good bit in my recent few videos, which is my Louis Vuitton Logomania rainbow scarf. So there's not really an interesting story about this particular item, but I did want to feature it. This is actually the first scarf I've ever gotten from Louis Vuitton. And, you might think that, there are people who watch my channel for luxury items, other people who just watch it for reaction videos. And now that I'm doing vlogging time, it might draw a whole nother population of people. But if you did not know, yeah, I do like luxury items. Typically, I really would buy bags or like small leather goods, also known as SLGs. And so I probably will feature some of those at a later date. But this is one particular item I would say that I never really considered purchasing. Maybe I looked at it once or twice. As far as when I say this particular item, I'm not talking about this one in particular. I'm talking about like just a Louis Vuitton scarf is what I'm referring to. So I never really looked at buying one of them. I had bandeaus. I really love bandeaus as far as being bag charms or like, just decorating a bag. So I did like bandeaus. I had one and I would just switch that bandeau to different bags. So I really wasn't necessarily looking at getting other bandeaus as well. But back to the scarf, because we'll talk about the bandeaus at another time. But they're kind of in the same type of category as far as bandeaus and scarves, although they are different prices as far as Louis Vuitton is concerned. But, I could justify a bandeau because, okay, I can put it on my bag. I can, wrap it around the handles of my bag and it just kind of brightens up a bag or decorates it. Now, a scarf for me, I just was like, I got other scarves. Like, I actually have made scarves. I've crocheted and knit. So, I do know how to do those things. So, I've made scarves before. I have scarves in my closet that I've made. So, it wasn't the aspect of it being an actual scarf to keep warm. You guys, I did watch another YouTuber back in, I would say October is when I saw that she had this particular scarf. She got hers in London, and I believe it was a new release at the time. But she was the first one that I did see reveal this scarf, and it was back in October. And so it was just, when I saw it, it was the most gorgeous thing ever. Like, one of the most gorgeous items I've ever seen, I would say, as far as an accessory made by Louis Vuitton. Like, I've seen other things and I can look at other things and appreciate what they, I can appreciate them for what they are and be like, oh, that's nice. Oh, that's beautiful. But this one, when she unboxed this and she again got this she got this particular, her scarf from London, and she said it was a new release. Oh my gosh, you guys. It was really caught my breath caught because I'd never seen anything like that looked like this. It was just so gorgeous to me, and I knew that they had it in the black, but navy just pops to me. So I went on Louis Vuitton website, looked it up. It was one of those where you could put in your basket. I talked to my best friend about it because she saw it and she really loved it as well. And she ended up purchasing one, but she returned hers, which was understandable. She lives in Florida, so it doesn't necessarily get that cold for an extended period of time. But I do live in South Carolina, so it does stay cold for not a long period of time, not like the Midwest or the North, because I've lived in the Midwest before, but it does. To me, I don't know, I'm just cold. It just seems like I get cold easily. So yeah, a scarf, is right up my alley. So, but it does, it has snowed here in South Carolina in the past. So, I just saw it and then I went ahead and ordered it online and it didn't look like my order went through. So I called Louis Vuitton, the help desk. And that's why I said, like, I've always had really good customer service. And so I called. The guy told me that there was an error in their system, but that the order did go through. But he went ahead and made sure he sent me the email, and he said, for your inconvenience, we'll go ahead and, upgrade it to overnight shipping, which I wasn't asking that at all. I just wanted to know that my order went through. But he went ahead and upgraded it to overnight shipping. So that was really wonderful. And he was like, ma'am, yes, it's a beautiful scarf. That's a beautiful choice. And of course, there's salespeople, they're going to say that. But like literally, y'all, since I got this scarf and started wearing it, like, I get compliments every single time I wear this scarf. Like, more compliments than I've gotten with any handbag that I've had, any small leather good, any bandeau, any accessory, anything. Like, this is probably the most complimented luxury item in my collection. And so, yes, it's costly. If you go on Louis Vuitton website, it is costly. At the time, I had just sold my Speedy 35 bandolier, so I sold that back to Fashion File. So I used some of that money to go ahead and pay for this. And so I just really love it, like, especially when I wear it with my gray coat, or even if I just wear it, like if I, wear it with this, it just makes everything pop to me. So I would highly recommend this if it is in your budget for Valentine's Day, if you can get your hands on it. Yeah, so this is the side that I typically will wear it on, but I love to like put it around my neck and then just kind of have the other side peek out. That's what's so pretty about it. The other side, if you didn't see it, is this rainbow color. So I've never actually just worn it on this side. I feel like this side is a little loud for me, but I do like to wear it again around my neck. And then I have that side kind of peeking out. And even today I wore it out. And yeah, there was a lady that complimented me on it. So I don't wear it for compliments. I wear it, of course, because I love it. But without a doubt, like men, like I said, men, women, boys, girls, like it does not matter. Like I've never gotten so many compliments on any item I've ever had. So I would highly recommend this for Valentine's Day. Again, if it's available, if it is within your price budget. It is getting warmer now, so I don't know, depending on where you live, you might not get much use out of it right now, but I would still recommend it because the seasons always change. And you know, even though spring and summer are coming, there's undeniably a cold day coming forth. You might be on a flight and you know, this is it's like wool and silk, I think. I don't know, or maybe polyester. Let me see, it does say it on here. So it is 81% wool and 19% silk. So yeah, I wasn't lying. So it is dry clean only, made in Italy. So I just think that this is one of the pieces Louis Vuitton made that just to me stands out. So I absolutely love it. Would highly recommend it. Now, one thing you need to know about Logomania scarf though, especially these ones that are wool, like, you know, it looks good when you kind of just have it here, but as you wear it, it does start to, I'm going to bring it a little closer. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but as you wear it, you guys, because this is very well worn, not only is it the most complimented item in my collection, it is the most used, really. So to me, it was well worth the money, but when you continue to wear it, it does, I think you can kind of see that, it does start to look a little dingy. So what you have to do, or you don't have to do it, but what I do to try to, you know, spruce it up a little bit is you see all these like little cotton pieces. I don't know if you can kind of see that. Yeah, all these little cotton, or like, yeah, wool pieces, really, they're not cotton. All these wool pieces that, you know, will come up from the scarf. I will take some scissors and I will go through and kind of trim all of that, and it really kind of spruces it up. If you don't want to do that, you don't have to do it. Again, it just, from, you know, if you just have it on your, around your shoulders and you're just kind of wearing it, you can't really tell, but because I interact with this on an almost daily basis, especially with the cold temperatures, I can tell that it looks dingy. So I will go ahead and, you know, go through and trim off all the other pieces that are on here. So that's the only thing. Again, you don't have to do that, but I do that just to, again, keep it looking fresher. So, but from afar, you can't tell. But anyway, that's gonna be my featurette for the day. This is, again, the Louis Vuitton Logomania scarf in the color navy. They do have a black, but I just think navy just pops so much better, and it looks better with so much more of my clothing items. So for me, this is like, it's more than just something to keep me warm, because you can use anything to keep you warm. Like I said, I make scarves, but this is just a very beautiful accessory that makes your clothes pop when you wear it. Again, so if you don't believe me, buy one. I'm telling you, you will get compliments, because I have never been so complimented on anything I've ever worn or put on in my life. So absolutely love it. Would highly recommend for Valentine's Day. This is going to be a series of stories. Let me show y'all this. I had to take some things off because I had some pictures of people. And of course, you know, I want to protect the innocent. So this is going to be actually, probably we're going to spend a few days at this refrigerator as far as story time, because the refrigerator in and of itself is a story time. But we're not going to do the refrigerator today. We do have a few cities. I'm sorry, let me get this angle right. We have a few cities that are highlighted here on the refrigerator. We're going to, you know, include those in story times. We have this wanted wife or date. That's going to be a very interesting story time. I'm going to save that for another day though. My story time today, I just kind of made that decision before I picked up the camera, is going to feature these magnets. I've got this magnet here that says Paris, and then I've got one here that's holding the wanted, but I'm not going to really highlight that. And it says, you can't really read it, but it says Ireland. Yeah, so back to the story time. Here's what I wanted to say about those magnets. So I did get those magnets in Ireland and in Paris. So back in 2007, yeah, like I was with, like, let me give you a little backdrop. Now, with the Masters of Social Work program that I did, you did have to do 2 different internships. So I did one in the city that I got my, in the city that I was living in at the time where my school was. And so later on, probably, I want to say it was a little bit before I did my first placement. Maybe it was after that first placement. It was either before or after that period of time. I remember being in, we call our school, you know, the College of Social Work. I remember being in the College of Social Work, and there used to be like a bulletin board of different announcements and all, and I was with 2 of my classmates. One was, you know, was a person, she essentially had been out in, you know, the world as far as she had been working and all that. She got her bachelor's degree and then came back to school to get her master's. So she was a little bit older. She was in her like later 20s. And then there was another young lady, and she was also, I think, in her mid to late 20s, and she was doing social work as well as law. So she was getting a dual master's degree. And so me, I was just getting a master's in social work. So it wasn't anything all that fascinating. I was about, what, 21, 22 at the time, because I got my bachelor's at like 21. So anyway, we were in the College of Social Work looking at the bulletin board, and I remember there was like a little announcement about international social work program. So our school had an international social work program where you could go overseas, do an internship, and, you know, work overseas doing social work. And so I remember being with my 2 classmates. The one classmate, again, was in her late 20s. She had a husband, she had a son, young son. He was probably like a toddler. And I remember her saying, man, that's something I would do, but I'm married and I have a son. And I don't remember, I think my other classmate, she was really interested in doing it. She wasn't married, didn't have any kids at the time. But for some reason, you guys, that really stuck with me. And when she said that, like, you know, I would do it, but I'm married and I have my son's very young. And I thought to myself, like, okay, I'm 21, 22 at the time. I'm not married. I don't have any kids yet. So I made plans to do an international placement. I didn't really talk to a whole lot of people about it. I did talk to the lady who runs the International Social Work program, and I actually took her class, International Social Work. And, you know, she and I worked together for quite a while as far as funding and getting the loan to do it, because there was no grants or, you know, scholarships or anything like that. So I had to go ahead and take out a loan to do that. And that was actually the only loan that I actually took out in college, was the loan to go overseas. So I did take out the loan. I booked the flight. I had an interview with the person by phone, because we had to get the time difference straight, because it was essentially, I went to London for 4 months and did an internship. So we had to get the time straight to go ahead and do the interview, you know, taking into account the 7-hour time difference. So did that, went ahead, told my parents, mother dropped me off at the airport. And I'm one of those people where I will make a decision and I will go ahead and tell people after I've made the decision and after I've done things that you essentially can't go back from. So like if I told, you know, my friends or family, oh, okay, I'm thinking about doing this. Then if I'm not quite sure I'm going to do it, then I don't want to open myself up to a lot of, you know, doubt or, you know, fears or anything, reservations that people might have from you doing something. Because of course, it's not anything bad, but of course people love you. They don't want anything bad to happen to you. They get afraid when you're, you know, sometimes when you're stepping out and doing things that are out of the norm or that no one else has really done. So I went ahead because I really wanted to do this. Again, it really stuck in my head when that, you know, when my classmate just said that, you know, yeah, I've got these attachments now that I can't do this right now. So I really made the steps and put forth the effort, got everything in place. even got webcams, and it was just such a blessing that I remember going to I think it was Office Depot or one of those stores, and I got a webcam because I wanted to get a webcam, two webcams really, for me and my mother and my father, so we could all kind of correspond. You know, so they could have a webcam and I could have one. So I went ahead and bought a webcam. And then there was something that happened that they made a mistake, and they ended up giving me two webcams. So, and I'm not talking about stealing. I'm not talking about that where, you know, they accidentally gave me two. I'm talking about there was something that happened with the deal as far as the webcam was concerned that was incorrect. But I ended up getting two webcams for the price of one. So it's like everything lined up, you guys, for me to go ahead and go. I went, and it was a blast. One of my best friends who, you know, went to the same school as I did, her and her friend who actually was from Europe, they came over. And as far as the Ireland and the Paris magnet, we traveled for 11 days, went to Ireland, Scotland, Newcastle, Paris, and Edinburgh. Yeah, so we went to all those places in like an 11-day period of time, and it was so awesome and remarkable. Like, I would totally love to go to Ireland and Edinburgh again because they were just absolutely my favorite places. I mean, we went to the Eiffel Tower. I've got pictures on top of the Eiffel Tower, all that jazz from, you know, 12 years ago now. But yeah, Edinburgh and Scotland were some of like my most favorite places. They just were absolutely gorgeous to me. So I say that, and I give you that story time because, again, this was kind of off the cusp. I looked at the refrigerator, and then again, this is vlogging time, and we're trying to empower people who are single. And well, I'm trying, you know, that's my goal anyway. I really want to empower you as far as my journey and what your journey currently is right now, whatever you're doing. But sometimes you got to look at the upside of your situation. Like, you know, again, a lot of times, like, you know, of course you want to be in a relationship, you want to be with somebody, you want to share your life, but what are you doing in the meantime to really add value to where you are now, so that when you get in that relationship, you know, you don't go into a relationship from a place of lack or deficit. You come, you know, full of things that you can add to the relationship. Hopefully that makes sense. Because sometimes, you know, people get in relationships for all kind of different reasons. And that's why you should never really be jealous or envious of anybody who's in a relationship, because you just really never know the place that they were in when they entered that relationship, or even the place that that other person was in when they pursued that person for a relationship. So, you know, I've seen happy, I don't want to say endings, because, you know, people are still alive. So you don't really know what the end of a thing is going to be until one or both spouses pass away. But, you know, you see people in good relationships, and you see people who start off good. Of course, I think we all have. And then something happens, or a series of things happens, and it doesn't end well. My point is, you guys, like, you just have to live your life to the fullest right now. Like, that experience in London and Ireland and Scotland and Paris and Edinburgh, like, y'all, like, it was worth every penny. Like, I'm still paying back the student loan. I really, if I was more diligent, could have paid that off years ago. But of course, I'm trying to live. I'm still single. I'm still living my single life. But I am going to try to, you know, been praying about that. I'm going to be more diligent and pay that off. But, like, you guys, like, to me, it was worth every penny, even the interest that I've paid. Because, you know, when you pay a loan, you pay an interest too. So if you didn't know, now you know. So it was worth every penny to me to have that experience. And that's why I feel like I really love to travel. I love to go new places and see things. I love to walk the streets of a new city. Oh my gosh, it just is so exhilarating to me. Now I'm getting back into flying on planes in the past few years. So I really love the feeling of being in the airport. I love the energy and the excitement, even the fatigue of people in the airport. I just love it. I hear, you know, I've been reading the news, though. I don't think I'd love it right now. So I am planning on taking a trip later in the year, and hopefully that excitement will be back. It won't be a lot of things I've read in the news recently as far as the traveling and all that's concerned. So hopefully it will be well. I'm prayerful it will be well. But yeah, like, that's kind of the whole point. Like, just because, again, you're not where you necessarily want to be, you can still maximize where you are, and you can still do things that are, you know, that add to your life, that add new experiences, that add joy, that add fun. And especially like if you have other single friends who again have not met that partner, or they're not, you know, in a relationship right now, like, you know, definitely combine your resources. That's a lot of times what we don't do. We have this whole thing about being independent and doing things on my own. There's nothing shameful about getting another sister, getting, you know, somebody else who's kind of in the same situation you're in. They're wanting to travel, but they don't want to travel alone. Combine your resources. There are Groupons that are certain deals that, you know, appeal to people, you know, who can go in a group of 2 or 4 people. If you know 2 or 3 other people who maybe they can't afford to do it by themselves, but if there were 2 or 3 other people who could commit to going, they would do it. So find those people in your community, in your church, like who want to travel, who want to go. And you don't have to just go to Paris or start off going to Ireland. You know, that might be something that's, you know, maybe out of your budget, or that might be a little bit too big for you right now. Go look at a Groupon and go on a cruise. Go on, you know, go to the Caribbean, go to the next city, go to Texas. You know, that's going to be a few of my other featurettes when I'm going to talk about my experiences in Texas. So go to the next city over, go see something new, go somewhere new. And you never know, your spouse, your future spouse might be in that new place. So that's my story time for the day. As far as, again, like that 4 months that I spent in London, like working and on the grind. And I recently went back to London like 2-3 years ago. Never thought I would go back to London, but it was another great opportunity and I did. So you just never know what those experiences will add to your life. And even, you know, I really feel like that experience really put my resume, when I did get the job that I have now, it put my resume like on a different level, like put, you know, me as an applicant on a different level from other people who hadn't had that experience. So if you have the opportunity and you're in school, you're watching this, you know, really check that out to see what your school has or what they provide as far as international programs. My school definitely had a really good fleshed out one, but definitely look and see what you can do. Even mission trips, things like that. Anything you have the opportunity to go meet people who are different than you or who live differently than you. So definitely be open to those experiences and embrace those experiences, especially now while you're single, because it just gives you another vantage point and it just really adds more value to you as a person. So anyway, that was the end of my story time. And again, the refrigerator area is going to be a lot of different story times are going to come from that refrigerator. So I'm not going to say a lot, but I would say at least 3 or 4 more will come from that refrigerator. So yeah. Anyway, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end the video and I'm going to go ahead and make something to eat. The lighting has kind of semi-changed. Let me turn on this light here. Yeah. And now, oh my gosh, the lighting just is not the best. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and make something to eat. And I might show you guys, you know, another clip of that. But otherwise, if I don't come back, then yeah, that's going to be the end of vlogging time for the day. I've got work to get done and I got to prepare again for work again tomorrow. So again, you guys, I really hope you enjoyed. It wasn't a whole lot of clips or anything, but mainly I'm not going to, you know, I'm not going to London or Paris in the next few days. I'm not really going out to a lot of exciting places. I'm just living my daily life. But really, I just wanted to, again, give you those story times, the featurettes, and just kind of talk a little bit about what's going on with me. So hopefully you guys do enjoy that and you're somewhat entertained by my stories. So anyway, guys, if you have not already, make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Also, make sure you share it with anyone else who likes vlog videos, who likes vlogs. Also, make sure you, you know, again, comment below. Let me know if you guys have been anywhere out of the country, where and when, and what are places on your bucket list that you still want to go to. So put that in the comment box below. Also, make sure that, put that in the comments below. Also, make sure before you leave, you do subscribe to the channel. You do that by hitting the red button below and hitting the bell next to it so you're notified when I do upload future videos. So again, you guys, I really appreciate you watching, listening to my story, watching to the end of the video, those of you that did, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.